So, real quick intro. That's the real lake behind me, by the way. It's hot, 88 degrees. But I wanted to take a second to talk about some of the stuff that I want to review. I just recently got the Exo-Tech. So this is a complete flip over modular. So as you can see, I've had modulars in the past. My go-to is always modular. It's the only thing I can comfortably ride in. I've got the Scorpion Exo 18960, and you know, the bill, it's subjective. As far as motocrossers use it to keep spray off the nose. A lot of adventure bike riders ride it, I guess, because of style and orientation. I kind of fell into that trap a little bit. I mean, it does have some functionality. It does have a bill, you know. I mean, if you're looking at just what I'm doing right now, when you're on the bike, this is helpful. It does keep sun out of your eyes. Where it runs into a little bit of an issue with me is with, I don't get any buffeting from the Scorpion. I really don't, but I think it's adding to the noise. So this was the reason why I wanted to try this helmet, is looking for something that would give me the ability when it's really hot like this, low speeds, get rid of the chin protection, but still give me the functionality of shutting everything down at interstate speeds and when it's raining. So you get a lot of flexibility with this. This also has the drop-down visor, which is on the side over here. You can actually see that in there, I think. So you've got basically several ways that you can wear this. You can wear this drop-down visor, chin up, chin down, visor up, visor down. It gives you a lot. And instead of buying another Cardo, what I ended up doing was I ended up getting the second helmet kit for the Cardo. So this Cardo goes between all of my helmets, really. So two primaries right now are the Scorpion Exo and the this one, which is the ExoTech. All right, so that being said, I'll review this a little bit. Initial impressions, only 5 minutes down the road when I first put it on and I had everything up, there was a whistling noise in it. It was driving me absolutely crazy. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what caused it. What I do know is it went away. As far as size and fit is concerned, what I wore in the Scorpion 18960 was a large. Took quite a while for the chin pieces here to wear in. These seem to be much more softer and much more supple. And I don't think the break-in is going to be nearly as bad on this. This actually feels better on my face. With all of the Scorpion helmets, you do get a little bit of a collapse when you push this together. It actually pushes the chin bars in just a little bit. Really not a major concern for me at this point. So that being said, I'll let you know how I feel about this over time. I'm still using the Insta X5 with the Insta Air mic. The initial video that I did with that, where I kind of came out with it, I kind of messed up in post because I took it out, I put it in linear mode, and that kind of made it want to roll around and waffle. And I'm going to try to see if I can correct that by not doing that this time. We'll see if it makes any difference. Whether or not raindrops on the lens had anything to do with it, I don't know, but I'm still looking for that completely wireless setup that gives me decent enough audio for me to talk to you guys, for you guys to understand what I'm saying and what I'm talking about. So enough about the helmet. Wanted to reach out to you a little bit about my interaction with Knox armor. And this is the Knox that I'm wearing now. I'm wearing the pants and the jacket. I have another pair of pants over the top, and it's typically what I do. It basically pulls the pants up a little bit in the crotch and in the butt, and it gets rid of some of the sag when you're sitting on a motorcycle and you don't have it on there. And it's because I went up in size, a little bit more gusseting in the crotch than what I really need. But when I reached out to Knox to let them know that I did the video, keep in mind they don't have any control over the content of my videos, but they did clarify a couple of things that are useful for you to know if you were considering the Knox. One of them being the pocket in the back of the pants. It is a pocket, so it's a full-blown, full-size pocket. That is something that you should know about. So I misinterpreted or misinformed you about that being a connector for the back of the jacket to the pants. And that is not something that is done with that. That's just a pocket. And that pocket is really sizable. It's small at back. If you were carrying, and let's say you were naked and you were looking to carry rain gear for your pants and your jacket, you could easily put a set of real thin rain pants in that bottom pocket, and you might even have a little bit of a backrest as a result of it. And with the pocket that's in the back of the jacket, the back here that's accessible from the sides, one side or the other, you could actually put your rain jacket over the top of there too. And Knox has a pretty good variation of rain gear. There's a couple different types there. So with that being said, I'm still in disagreement with Knox about this being a shirt. This is a jacket. So the Adventure Spec, which I have not reviewed yet, is a shirt. There's about 1.5 pounds difference between the two. I don't have the exact numbers for you, but it is pretty good. Going back to what I had talked about before, also when Knox explained this to me, there's actually, within the CE ratings, which is the Europeans are the only ones that have put out specific information that makes it to where, in order for it to be classified as a motorcycle jacket or a motorcycle helmet, it has to meet CE requirements. And when I described it in the first Knox video, I said to you that it was CE level 2, and it is. It's CE level 2, but there's two different ratings. There's a slide rating and an impact rating. So this is CE level 2, and CE2 level 2 ratings is basically, let me go back to my notes here so I can actually. Certified motorcycle gear requirements, EU safety standards levels. A, basic urban protection. 2A, mid-level touring protection, which is what this is. And 3A, which is the highest in track. Tested for abrasion resistance, impact absorption, tear strength, and seam strength. Higher ratings offer more protection but may reduce comfort. So, you know, that's obviously the major consideration whenever you start thinking about stuff like this, is the comfort level. So one, you know, electric bike maybe, you know, electric bicycle. 2, touring, basically what we're doing. 3, track. All right. So this jacket, as it sits right now, even with the mesh, the way that it's designed and how much airflow you get with this, is rated at 70 miles an hour. And there's a seconds per slide. You know, it's a standard. Okay, it's better than what we have in the U.S. We don't have anything. So this, in my mind, is going to give me the abrasion protection that I'm going to need to avoid things like the road rash. All right. So the garment, CE level 2, the elbow, shoulder, and back protection, CE level 2, and CE level 2 is the highest standard that you can get. And I mean, I'm basically showing you what the flexibility of this is. You know, it's really, really awesome when it comes to that. The back protector. This is the softest back protector I think I've ever had, except for one that was foam that was absolutely zero protection, and that's basically what you got from the U.S. market prior to CE regulations coming out. And it is really hot. You can probably see the perspiration around me. It's 88 degrees here. I don't know what the humidity levels are like. So that's where we're at on that. So wanted to also talk just a little bit about the reason for the ride for the slide when you hear this, and the reason why I'm so adamant about pushing out with this body armor is it gives you a lot of flexibility, it reduces a lot of weight, it reduces a lot of bulk. So you can go over the top of this with whatever you need to go over the top of it with. So the injuries that I got off of Grok, okay, basically talk about 42% left-hand turn multi-vehicle, 65% rear end, 7%. So the left-hand turn, this isn't going to really do you any good, right? I mean, it's going to give you some protection from initial impact, but that's going to be a pretty sudden stop. But when you start thinking about single vehicle accidents, which attributes to 65% of the, when you start talking about single vehicle accidents, that's where the slide is going to be, and that's where you're going to get the abrasion, and you need the abrasion. I'll talk about this a little bit when I'm on the road, but I really have to give you these stats while I'm stationary. I also looked up where the collisions are in the United States based on what I got off of Grok, which is 2023 stats, 2024 is probably already even out yet. And whether or not you need to invest any additional money in accessory lights, i.e. what I have, which is the Lone Rider motor lights and the Denali B6 third brake light. What's the justification for it? If you're a daytime rider, why would you need it? So the easiest way I can describe this is 42% of accidents involving motor vehicles, multi-vehicle, left-hand turn. So left-hand turn basically just means that a vehicle basically come out, taking a left-hand turn, cross into your lane of traffic, and you impact. Those are some of the most severe accidents that you're going to get into, because you're basically hitting a vehicle that's doing no miles an hour and you're hitting whatever your speed is when you're traveling. So multi-vehicle accidents is 65% of the accidents involving motorcycles. Rear end is 7%. So my justification for spending the money on the lights is to increase my forward visibility daytime, and my visibility and my sight distance and my reaction time nighttime. So with the Lone Riders, with the Lone Riders, for me, I'm running my daytimes at 70% and my night times at 15%. You can't run them any brighter than that at nighttime. You just blind everybody. And 100% really isn't necessary during the daytime. I mean, they are out there, but they are focused. But you're going to give yourself the visibility. There is a modulation that you have the capability of using on there. I don't have modulation turned on. Just, I don't want to do something that brings eye attention and distracts the driver. I want to bring attention to myself so they know that I'm there. And so that's why you see so many GSers with extra lights on their bikes. The beauty of the moto lights is I have 4 lights in one. So I have a low beam, which is half of it. I have a full beam, which is 8 elements. And then I have a spot in the center, which is the 9th one, which is really, really long. Then I have DRLs and turn signals. So there's a lot going on there, right? And I talked about 4. So specifically, I've got long distance, spot, and flood. And then I have DRLs. So those are the 4 that I would consider, right? So what are the weaknesses for visibility for people that are seeing you oncoming as a motorcyclist? The fact that you've got a single headlight. The fact that in some areas the intensity of the low beam is actually lower than what it is on an automobile. I think pretty much all that is gone now. But the size of the turn signal in relation to the bike and the closeness of those turn signals together. So years ago, in order to get the full function of motorcycles, and you know, BMW's come a long way with the lighting that they've done on the new headlight that's even cornering now. And it wasn't before. You know, I'll make reference to when I was on the Blue Ridge Parkway in 2017 on a GS and had to stop running at night because I literally could not see on the switchbacks. I was running into darkness. That doesn't happen anymore with the newer technology with the lights, but it's even better with these. And distance perception, you know, reaction time, it really is the big decision factor for nighttime riding. So I advocate it, and the reason why people had so many lights on bikes in days past is what I'm getting out of a single light, which I'm doing the weave to get back to what I was originally discussing here. The reason why I'm able to run a single set of lights is I'm getting all of that in one. And a few years back, you'd have guys that would have lights mounted to the forks, and then they'd have floods that were mounted someplace on the bike, so you would see the two sets of lights to obtain that purpose. So if you're wondering why they're so bright on the BMWs, it's to increase daytime visibility. So I hope that works for you. All right. So doing a little mic checking. This is the Insta Mic Mini, and it is hooked up. Basically, it just hooked up to the microphone clip on my Chardo unit. I had it set up on a magnet mount on the inside. I thought I'd check the clearances on rolling back my chin bar, and evidently I didn't, because it's not right. So it came off as soon as I tried to put it on there.
I thought the clearance was enough. There's only one spot where the clearance is going to be enough. It's dead center in the middle of the chin bar. Not sure what that's going to do for reception, but I think I've only got the mic gate cut back to like 4 on the Insta. My last video using the Insta, you didn't get any ambient noise whatsoever. All you got was my voice. Found out just a little bit too much, so I'll be curious to see how it does with it. With respect to the Exo, Scorpion Exo, this thing, the flip, really convenient, especially in a situation like this where it's really hot, just rural, you know, stoplight and stoplight. It's nice to have it up out of the way. Bar as far as running regular, but it's really hot like this. It's nice to be able to lift it. Communication's also good. You're going to a gas station or whatever, now you get your helmet on. So there's 48 miles an hour with it up. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to flip the chip bar all the way around to the regular full face position. So that's the full face position. Like I said, it's mounted to the microphone on my car hub. So at present, this is just chin bar down with the face shield up. So now I'm going to go ahead and close the face shield. So there it is with the shield down, full position. And then next what I'm going to do is do it with it in the up position. I mean standing. So this is me standing with the visor down and the shield, face shield down. I'm going to lift the face shield. There you go. So that's standing up. So I talked a little bit earlier about being concerned about the noise on the unit, and the background noise is no worse, no better than my Scorpion Exo, and it is no worse, no better than my Shui ExoTech 2. So for the money, and this is carbon fiber now, at half the price of your premium helmets without carbon fiber. I mean, to me, it's just a damn no-brainer. You know, as far as noise level and stuff like that, it is subjective. And the reason why I say it's subjective is it's going to be different depending on your head size, the type of bike you're riding, the type of gear you're wearing, the whole 9 yards. What disappointed me with Shui was I tried that thing on, I walked around with it in the dealership, went to a dealership to buy it. Wore it 15-20 hours after wearing it, a couple of sweaty days on the seat, and the cheek pads didn't fit me the way they're supposed to. They had compressed too much. So that was a little disheartening. You know, I mean, I could order new cheek pads for it, but what I'm getting at is I'm spending half the money. I've got a carbon fiber helmet with the same characteristics and same performance level as far as noise is concerned. You know, I'm not an engineer, so I'm not going to compare the safety numbers. It's really not something that I'm qualified to do. So, but anyway, this would be my primary riding position with the microphone. I'd be usually shield up. So, there's an 18-wheeler going past me. I don't know how much that you heard. Actually, just a dump truck. But this is with the windscreen all the way down, and this is going to be with the windscreen all the way down and the chin bar up. So there you go. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Gives you some insight. And I hope the quality is good enough to where I'm proud to talk when I start talking about my reviews and different stuff. I'll catch you on the next one.